special day because I got Little Italy himself, Leeky Bandz on motherfucking release day. New project, Life After Future, out now. What's good, my brother?
What's the word? What's the energy, man? I'm cooler.
Yo, man, congratulations on the new project. Super dope. I'm
Appreciate it.
so happy for you, man. And it's such a great day in the city. How are you feeling upon your release day?
Say, actually, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm lost for words. I don't even know what to say. But I'm actually hyped that we made it here. We got this far. We've been working on this project for a long time. So the craft is definitely there. The energy is there. And I'm just excited for the world to hear this.
Yo, I love that for you. And so this is technically your debut project too, right? Because we've got the
Yeah.
EPs, we got multiple EPs, but this is like debut project. We got big names on the project. We got big records. With this project, what did you hope to accomplish with this project?
So really, we just wanted to show them the creative side and just a better inner me. So I just wanted to give them a better understanding of who I am as an artist, who I am as a person, and just let them to be able to sit there and grow with us. That's also why we titled the project "Life After Future." Like we just wanted them to know, hey, this body of work right here that we're setting in stone, it could change the future. Who knows? But it's definitely one of those projects where it's bringing life to the culture.
Yo, I love that. It's something about you that I find so interesting is you've been hot for years. Like I heard about you when you was
Yeah,
like 15, 16 years old.
definitely.
And you're 18 now. By the way, you look like you're 22.
Oh man, that's so good.
Because so when you blew up and you first started blowing up in the city, how and to where you are now, what was it like kind of having to what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like learn all these things
Oh
about the
man,
music
yeah.
music industry
And
that
basically
quickly?
just navigate. So really when I first got into it, it felt so surreal. It was just like, hey, do I do this? Do I like I didn't really know what to do. Then the more I would go in and the more places and the more people I would meet, they would basically give me the influence and that inspiration to know, hey, you're an influence, you're big and you can do something, you got the ability now. So
Right.
really, it was just a day by day step of me just realizing, hey, I got the ability to do this, and we can actually make a movement. So we just took that notion, and I was just like, hey, we gonna give them exactly all I can give. So that's just how I look at it. I give them all I can give. I give the world all I can give.
Now I've been told a few very interesting. Sip your margarita, enjoy life right now. It's your day. I've been told a few interesting stories about you from your younger years. You need to tell me this
Definitely.
like 12-year-old LL Cool J story. Like what is
Oh
this?
man.
What is this story? I'm getting some gems out of you today, bro. What is this
Yeah.
LL Cool J story?
So I was probably around 10 or 11,
Mhm.
and I'm coming out of school. I'm fresh out of school, and I'm just moving around with the book bag and stuff. I come to my neighborhood, and Dame Dash and Kanye West was filming a
Oh wow.
movie in a park in my neighborhood. So I walked in. I'm like, they're shooting a movie. Nobody even called me. Like I'm the young. Like I'm me. I got my confidence, which is they're gonna put me in this movie. No one's shooting a movie in my hood, and I'm not in it. So I basically walked up. I came to the film, and it was gated up. It was very private and secured. The police and NYPD is just like, hey, you can't come in. And I go up to Murder Mook, one of the rappers. He's a battle rapper. I don't know if you're familiar with him. For
I'm
anybody that's
familiar.
not,
Yeah.
yeah, like he's a very respectable and legendary battle rapper. So I walked up to him and I'm like, hey, look, I rap like I'm the best rapper in Lower Manhattan. And he just felt the energy. He's like, yo, before you even rap, wait, I can't do nothing for you. But I'm gonna bring you to Dame Dash and them and let's see if they could do something. So save your raps for them. Like so he basically brought me into the inside the park and he basically introduced me to Dame Dash and Bimmy, LL Cool J's manager.
Mm.
So I freestyled for them, and Dame was like, "Hey, you're kind of cursing too much. I can't really market that. It's hard to market." And I felt the way. I still like rock with him, and I'm a big fan. But I was just like, "What? Like, I want to curse, man. This is
Hey yo,
me.
this
Like,
is hip hop, bro.
yeah,
Like
like this is
what?
hip hop. Fuck that shit." So I looked at it from that perspective, and I was just like, "What?" It motivated me more. So Bemmy was sitting right next to Dame Dash. And for
Mhm.
those of the world who doesn't know Bemmy is LL Cool J's manager, who's formerly known for working with the Supreme Team and others.
Mhm.
So he was like, hey, I rock with you, young. And like, you don't have to change anything that you're doing. Keep what you're doing and flaunt it even more, basically. Keep what you have going on, flaunt it even more. And I might have a play for you with LL Cool J. Like he's working on his last album, Retirement. I might have a situation. And I just kept working, kept improving my craft and just going out there. I did the film with Dame Dash and got in the movie, and then from there on, they just called me, hey, we want to get you in the studio with El Cool J. He wants you on his album. And it was just history from there.
Yo, that is a great. Have you told that story to anyone before in an interview? Because I feel like I haven't seen that
No
anywhere.
one, yeah, no one knows that.
Let's go. You know what I'm saying? But that's one of those things that I feel like more people should know about. That's like a great fucking story, bro.
Yeah, definitely. It was a great moment. It's just the environment and the whole film. Like, I didn't even expect myself to get in the film. Like, right. I'm just pulling up like, hey, they're shooting a movie and I'm a rapper. I gotta at least rap in this movie or be in this movie somehow. But I'm a rapper and I need to be in this. So
I love that story. And you know what else I found out about you? You're related to Ron Artest.
Yeah.
Yo, gotta give a quick shout out, Ron Artest, St. John's.
Shout out to Ron, man. Shout out to Ron Artest, Meta World Peace, the whole fam, man.
How are you related to Ron? Like, how does that compute?
So, to throw it out there, basically, his first marriage was with my blood aunt.
Got you.
So my aunt is his first wife. They're separated now, but they forever have like kids. They have kids. So basically, me and Ron Artest Jr. are blood cousins directly from my father's side. And basically, it's just been a great environment even for me to find that out, like learning, oh shit, like my uncle was a basketball player. Like I just knew him as family. Like, hey, you're uncle, you're our tall uncle.
Yeah.
So
that's fire. And you know, I want to talk to you about the Lower East Side too, because you know, funny story from when I was younger, right? I was coming home from a concert. I was taking a bus, and somehow I took the wrong bus and ended up at the Lower East Side projects. Now I'm like, I'm like 16, 17, 18. I didn't even know that the Lower East Side had projects. So you think of the Lower East Side, you think of like, you know, Soho,
you think
Little
of Soho,
Italy, you know what I'm saying? And I'm
you
like,
think of those areas.
Yeah, and I get off the bus and I'm like, this don't look like the right area. Where am I? And then,
where am I at?
Yeah, and then that's when I figured out that the Lower East Side had projects. Like, so basically, what I'm trying to ask here for you is like, what are some things about the Lower East Side that people might not always talk about? Or
well,
you know,
first thing I'll just say, first thing I'll throw out there, we have Luther Vandross. And if I'm not mistaken, Lady Gaga is from Manhattan too, but we have Luther Vandross.
Legendary.
So, you know, like we always been in touch, and that was my goal really coming out. It was just like, I want to showcase the Lower East Side and just the hometown and the culture in it. Like we have the same environments that most of these states have and more. Most of these towns and boroughs have, plus more. Like we're the birth of a lot of things. Mm-hmm. From as far as like when it comes to Soho's birthed a lot of fashion designers, fashion warehouses, and a lot of cultural impacts and influencers. So really, we're like the home that no one knows about. It's like the home that everyone abandoned. It's like, all right, we did what we needed and let's go. And my job is like, I want to make it more of a household name, which we're getting closer to. Mm-hmm. Like people are speaking about the Lower East Side more, and that's just all that I was here to show. Basically, that we have rappers, we have clothing designers, we have restaurants, we have everything basically, plus more. These guys come out here to basically improve their boroughs.
Right. I fuck with that. And so I wanted to ask, you know, with the state of New York hip hop right now, obviously we're in like this renaissance period where, you know, new artists popping up every single day, blowing up, whatnot. Obviously, you know, yourself who's been doing it for a couple years. Do you feel like you're underrated? And I ask this to every New York artist, so don't feel the way that I'm asking you. I ask everybody, do you feel underrated?
I'll say no, not really. As far as everything that I've looked at saying I wanted to do and accomplish, I've accomplished. So, and I've accomplished that in many other ways, in many more forms. So when I say that to say I don't feel underrated. I feel blessed. I feel highly blessed. I feel like I don't even deserve any more.
And with this project, man, like they really gonna know now. If they didn't know before, they gonna know now.
Like that. Like I let the music and the content speak for itself. When we come in with music, we don't go out and say, "Hey, look, y'all not respecting it." No, we put it out there, and if you guys don't respect it, then maybe I did something wrong.
Right.
But it's never the consumer's fault.
Right. No, 100%. So with this project, obviously, you know, the record with Gunna's been out for a minute. Obviously,
we've been killing with that. That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
The video for it, I have to commend you on the video. The video for it is so dope too. Like I really thoroughly enjoyed the video and like the art and everything.
I would like to give a special and major shout out to my boy Jwa. my manager JY, we definitely went through hell and back putting that whole video together and just lining up the budget and just saying, hey, like we basically sat with the director and came up with the whole set.
Right.
Like, you get what I'm saying, the whole environment, and that was a great feel. That was a great look, and it was just a great feel. And I was actually happy doing the video shoot and working on the record.
You were like, this is it. This is it. Like, I made it with this joint.
Definitely.
So I also got to ask, there aren't like, any other New York features on this project. Who are some New York artists that you really want to get up with, or that you might have gotten up with but just haven't got the record out yet?
I say I'm really liking J.I. the Prince in New York. Stunna Gambino, we did a few records. Stunna Gambino is definitely like he's number one if you ask me. Yeah, he's next up. And other than that, I'll just say like I'm just straying away from New York. Really, I feel like there's nothing too crazy over here. Shout out to Bobby and Rowdy. Besides,
that's a hot take.
Like we've been here. These cats been here. So other than the people that been putting in work and with a respectable craft, we're not really eyes on like, hey, we need to work with certain people. Everyone else is doing their work and putting on.
Right. Is there anybody out here in New York right now? I know you said what you just said, but is there anyone out besides, I guess, J.I. and Stunna? Is there anyone else out here in New York that you particularly have like your eye on or that you're really kind of fucking with?
Really, honestly, besides Stunna Gambino and J.I. the Prince of New York, I'm really going with Journey G's, Digital Dutch. You like YBCJ. These YBC kids, I feel like they're like, I have the Lower East Side right now, but I feel like they're after me.
I haven't heard of these YBC kids. I got to check them out.
They're definitely, it's a group of them. It's around three to six of them.
Okay.
Each one of them, I'll say YBC Belly, he definitely has it. He's at his peak right now where he found his sound and he's just experimenting and bettering that. Yep. So I'll definitely say the YBC boys are a great look. It's not just one, they're a group. Mm-hmm. And that's why I feel like that's something game-changing and refreshing to the industry. It's something that we need.
Yeah, because I don't think we haven't
had a young, fresh group. We haven't
had a group in a minute.
Since Crisscross, the Migos, and things of that nature. So it's definitely a fresh environment. So YBC is definitely number one in that pick. Other than that, I don't see no one else.
I'm gonna definitely check them out after this, because my favorite thing about these interviews and when I get to connect with people like yourself, y'all also put me on to other people that I may not know about yet. So I think that's because you never know. Like somebody a few years ago may have been like, oh, yo, I fuck with Leeky Bandz, and now here we are 2 years later doing an interview, and like, you putting me onto these YBC kids, and for all you know, maybe a few months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, I'll be sitting down with them and being like, yo, Leeky Bandz.
So that's the spirit, and that's what I'm like, I definitely see them. And beyond just making a hit record, I see them actually doing something for the culture, making an impact. So that's what's really serious. That's what means business. You can sell a few records, but when you make an impact, that's bigger than the record.
Yo, shout out to the YBC kid. It's YBC, definitely. Right? YBC.
Yeah, YBC.
YBC. I wasn't sure if it was YVC. I wanted to make sure I said
young
that correctly.
Bag chasers, young breeze chasers, like something around there. And they do drill music. They do all types of fields. So that's why I'm like, it's a great environment. It's a nice, refreshing look for the music industry. I definitely feel like they're definitely going to set a tone.
Man, I love that. I love that. So with this project, what else do we have planned for 2021 with you, man? Because the project's out. What else
really,
is next for this?
We're working on this album. We're trying to get this album to do as much as it can. We want as many people to listen to it and get the experience, this body of work. And we're just focusing on I just launched a Black-owned financing company. The first
Congratulations.
Appreciate it. It's the first Black-owned royalty financing agency. And we're just basically trying to help independent artists get to the field that they need to get to. So other than that, we're just focusing on the album, continuing to give them great music and just bettering our service and our platform so that we can continue to give them great services.
Man, that's beautiful. And I love to see, and I love that you created this platform to really help artists out, because, artists out here, all the help that they can get.
It's definitely hard out here. And I know how it is when the labels are like, hey, you're not streaming enough, or when, you know what I'm saying? When these finances are like, hey, you don't have enough views. So we're just trying to basically make it easier for independent artists and all cultures, basically.
So before I
even
let you
e-commerce.
Go, see, that's what I'm going to ask. So before I let you go, what is one thing that you wish 15-year-old Leeky Bandz knew that you know now about the music industry, since we're talking about, streaming and artists and, royalties and things like that?
Yeah. I wish I knew just the importance of like catalog. catalog management and just management of the account and royalties and just keeping account of things. So when I first got in, I was like, hey, I want to be famous. But when I was 15 and coming in, I wasn't saying, hey, I want to manage my music and make sure I'm knowing who's seeing, instead of saying, hey, I want to be famous and I want a million people seeing.
Right.
So now I'm like, hey, there's a million people seeing, but how do we basically capture this and capitalize and basically understand these million subscribers or million users? So not only are they viewing, we want to know how they are viewing, why they are viewing, and why are they even coming to us. So that's what I'm learning more of, just experience and basically just calming down and the consumer service. That's basically what I'm learning, just how to better improve myself. And that's what I would tell each artist or any, you don't even have to be 15. You can be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fresh starting into any business in any field. We want you to know, don't focus on getting out there and being the biggest thing. Focus on making an impact and focus on what are you doing, getting your message across. That's the key.
Hey, you
So
preaching
just
right
focus
now.
just focus on translating your message in the right fashion, and from there on, people will grow onto it. Like that
Yo,
was it.
I love that, man. I love that you're doing things out here to kind of give back to these, newer artists who are just coming out and may not really know how all this stuff works.
Yeah,
Congratulations on the new project out
appreciate it,
now.
man.
Before we go, anything else that people got to know about? Let them know where they can follow you. Any last messages
Hey,
to the
look,
fans? Go ahead.
you can catch me at futuresoundnewyork.org or leekybands.com. The album will be up there. Any type of content from me, anything you want to learn. We got some more music coming. That ain't nothing. We about to just flood them with some videos. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm really just getting started. It's like a summary. I don't want to talk too much, but
But it's coming.
we just breaking them in. It's a little, we're just breaking them in. It's a great body of work. We're gonna give them a few visuals, and I just want to, keep on giving to them. I don't even know what to say. We just here to give to y'all. That's
Are
it.
you gonna do a deluxe too? Because I know you said that it could have been longer on Twitter. Are you gonna do a deluxe as well?
Thank you for reminding me that I'm actually going in as soon as we get it out. Really, I'm gonna turn into 2 visuals, and that's first step. That's number 1 priority. I want to deluxe this. I want to give them 3 more records that'll satisfy this project to fulfill. Like, we gave them a great body of work, but I want to give them some more that they can sit with.
I love that. Let them know where they can follow you at too before we sign off here.
So yeah, you can catch me on Twitter at Leeky Bandz, and that's basically it. The album is on all platforms. Life After Future, stream now. Go! We don't want to hear nothing. The best artist coming out of Lower East Side since Luther Vandross. Go!
Yes, sir, baby. Yo, make sure y'all go stream up that new project, Life After Future, out now. Especially if you're from the city, man. I want to hear that out your fucking cars on the highway. And until next time.
It's
you got something
definitely
to say?
a
Go
great
ahead.
listen.
What was you gonna say?
It's definitely a great listen. It's definitely a great listen.
Definitely
One of
worth
the best
the wait.
albums being put out in 2020.
2021. You said 2020.
2021, my bad. 2021.
Yo, make sure y'all go run up Life After Future out now. And until next time, it's Leeky Bandz on the radar, baby.
Go!